Hi, my name's Nina. So I really got involved with the mural process mostly through the drawings that they had the honors 2D and 3D art students do in the beginning. I just thought his ideas were really good and I was always really compelled to see what the final product was gonna be. I remember when Miss Ritz finally unveiled it at that one morning meeting, I was kind of taken aback because it looked a lot like what me and my two other classmates Ashley and Elsa had drawn up in our sketches, but I'm sure a lot of people had done what we did, and it was just probably a coincidence. And then when they finally brought the mural to GA with the I think 4 or 5 seniors that were doing the senior project for Daniel, we came over and I was introducing myself to him, and I was saying how it just looked really good, and Miss Ritz started showing us, or actually Daniel started showing us the inspiration of oh yeah, we showed Mr. Shellhaus all these slides, and then at the end we had this drawing, and then he was oh, I kind of thought the mural would kind of look like that drawing more, and so we redid the drawing, we made it look more like that student's drawing, and then he showed us the drawing and it was our drawing, and that was a really cool moment, and we were just kind of wait, that's ours. And he was no way, we've been looking for you guys, we've been trying to find out whose this was so we can talk to them, give them credit and stuff. So it was really cool to find out that we were so deeply involved with it without really even knowing that we were so involved, if that makes sense. And then overall, I think that it just turned out really amazing. It's definitely such a light on campus, and it's just so empowering and inspiring to walk by. And yeah, I think it turned out beautiful, and the craftsmanship is really well done. And yeah, Daniel's super talented guy, and yeah, I'm really grateful that we get to have that in our GA community.
Hi, I'm Sarah Ritz. I teach sculpture and design, and I co-direct Art Across the Academy with my friend Jess Grisafi. I first met Daniel when we were doing an alumni show, and I was just blown away by the incredible sense of color and design in his work. I was I got to meet this guy. And then I met Daniel, and I was equally moved by the degree of empathy and care that Daniel takes talking to people and learning about people, and how he's the kind of person, you're in a room with him, there could be 100 other people, and you are the only one. And I just wanted to make something with him. So Jess and I spoke, and we found out a little bit about his background with Philadelphia Mural Arts Project and his other work with communities making large-scale art projects, and we were how can we get Daniel to make something with us? So it didn't take much convincing. He was very excited to come and do a project with us in our new Health and Wellness Center. We thought together about what our theme might be, and we decided on mind, heart, and body. And then Daniel came back, and he was our visiting artist last year. So several times he was here with the community. The first time in the fall, he collected probably 5,000 plus drawings from our youngest patriots to members that had been in the community for years and years and were even beyond the walls of GA. So by the time he was finished, he had thousands and thousands of pieces of data. Then he went and worked with our honors art students, went through all of that information, and tried to whittle down the essence of what this community is about and what we wanted to have in our mural. He then came back in the spring after we had developed a final design, and he held a paint day. And on that day, probably a thousand sets of hands helped paint that mural. So when you are in the Health and Wellness Center looking at this final piece, you can think about the 1,000 people that actually helped make that happen. The mural finally came together later in the spring, in the late spring, when he worked with a group of senior project students down in his studio in Philadelphia, working on the different components of the piece, finalizing them, directing them, and pulling it all together. They came together as a team, installed the work, put final touches on it, and we are left with this beautiful record of this journey that has turned into this incredible heartfelt work of art that probably most meaningfully contains the heart and soul of this school. So when I walk by that each day, it just floors me. So we're just so grateful to Daniel. He's a very special person and an extraordinary artist.
For me, the most meaningful part was watching students see their ideas come alive in the mural, realizing that their small drawing or idea became part of something much bigger. That sense of collective imagination and co-creation is what Art Across the Academy is all about. In the end, the mural isn't just about wellness. It's about belonging. It's a living symbol of what happens when creativity and collaboration and community all come together in one place.
Wow, what an amazing journey. The project of a lifetime, of my lifetime, really, to come back to GA and do this whole school year long community mural project. Thank you to the whole GA community, all the students, families, teachers, staff, and especially project coordinators, Jess Grasafi and Sarah Krupnik-Ritz from Art Across the Academy for making this possible. Last October, I visited GA and I gave some assembly presentations to all of the different age groups. So I was with the youngest lower school kids, the older lower school kids, the middle school, and the upper school, talking both about my own journey from GA and beyond, which took a very circuitous, non-linear path towards now being a public artist. The idea of creating a community generated and painted driven mural for the Health and Wellness Center, the new Health and Wellness Center at GA. And our initial idea prompt was to make a mural that, reflected the ideas and energy of the whole GA community and fit into the theme of health and wellness of mind, body, and heart. So again, the mural design ultimately is this representation of, yes, the bridge, the preserve, a window into life outside of GA, but also a metaphor for the many paths that life can take you. And ultimately, I was able to sort of focus on the bridge scene and recreate a composition where we had this dreamy landscape where you're walking across the bridge, the path sort of twists and turns, there's trees, there's this magical golden light coming in, and then throughout the image, there are these little moments, these little magical moments where the drawings from the GA community are woven in to the macro image. So you have these sort of hidden little gems of drawings that I scanned in to my design, and then that we as the GA community painted, that were just scaled up drawings from that very first session back last October. And a big part of my artistic practice is in collaboration and in community involvement. And this project has been about that from the very beginning. So not just community design feedback, but also community painting to involve the whole GA community. Again, that's students, faculty, families in actually touching paintbrushes, touching the painting, making their mark literally on this piece that is now to live at GA, hopefully for a long time. So I'm so thrilled with how this project turned out visually. I'm really proud of how it looks. It feels like an evolution of my own design language and mural journey, and it feels like it is representative of the spirit of GA, which is a balance of time in nature and time in school and rest and activity and time with family and time with friends. Thank you everyone for inviting me to be a part of this process.